Hey there, House here. Long time no see. Now, I know I've been away for quite a while, and I apologize for that. While I've been gone, we've seen more than our fair share of baseball. If you've been watching the White Sox, you've seen more of your fair share of bad baseball. We've seen the Golden State Warriors become champions again, and we've seen all of the preseason football that we can stand before the season starts. That's right, we finally made it. The NFL season is set to start in a week, and with that also starts fantasy football. Now with that in mind, I wanted to devote this video to some sleeper players that you might want to keep an eye on for your upcoming drafts. Now, most leagues wait until all the preseason games are over, so this video should still be able to help you out. The first name on my list is Darrell Henderson, who's a running back for the Los Angeles Rams. Now, Henderson will not have a sole share of the backfield, which is honestly what most of the teams in the NFL look like now. Very few teams actually utilize a one-back system for their team. Now we know that Cam Akers is the other running back in the room, taking carries away from Henderson. But soon, I believe that he'll start getting a heavier workload because either Akers will get hurt or he'll continue to struggle with ineffective runs like he did towards the back end of last year. I say look for Henderson to get into the middle to late rounds while you're looking for a running back on the bench. He could be a plug-and-play guy early that turns into your running back too. Next name on my list is Devontae Smith, who is a wide receiver for the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, some of you might be thinking that having Smith, a former number one draft pick in last year's draft, on a sleeper list is a little off base. Now, the reason I have him on this list is because I expect him to see a lot more targets and a lot more receptions this season than he did last season due to the acquisition of A.J. Brown from the Titans during the offseason. The addition of Brown will only spell more passing plays out of the Eagles offense and more opportunities for Smith, with Brown expected to be double covered most of the time. Right now, Smith's average draft position is somewhere in the 9th round. I think it's safe to say that you can grab him anywhere as early as the 6th round to 7th for an everyday wide receiver 2. Okay, and next up we have Travis Etienne Jr., who's a running back for the Jacksonville Jaguars. For those that do not remember, last year Travis was supposed to have a stranglehold on the running back position in Jacksonville and make most people forget about the fantastic job that undrafted running back James Robinson did. Well, 2 weeks into the season, Travis got hurt, and then later on in the season, Robinson got hurt. Both were lost for the season. This year, Travis is healthy, and Robinson is still working on coming back from a torn Achilles. With Jacksonville not sure if Robinson will be available, this gives Travis the opportunity to showcase his skill set and force himself into the every down back with his opportunity of running and pass catching abilities. His average draft position has him going somewhere in the 4th or 5th round, but I think you can look to try to grab him anywhere into the early to mid 3rd round. You just got to keep an eye on Robinson's progress right before you make the decision to go and grab Travis early. The next name on my list is Pat Freiermuth, who is a tight end from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, tight end is always a tough position to navigate after the first 4 or 5 main ones are gone. He's also a name that had success last year under Big Ben, but this year he isn't expected to do as much with his quarterback slated to be either Mitch Trubisky or rookie quarterback Kenny Pickett. Personally, I believe the Steelers are leaning towards naming Mitch their starter, but regardless of that selection, Freiermuth will have a good year. He's a big target with good hands and a nose for the end zone. If the Steelers go with Pickett, Freiermuth will have plenty of targets from the rookie quarterback's safety valve option. If they go with Mitch, I believe Pat will still have plenty of production. Looking at Mitch's best year under center, he utilized the tight end quite a bit, and 25% of his touchdowns were to the tight end position. Lastly, I'm going to leave you with some honorable mentions for sleepers. We have rookie wide receiver Chris Olave for the New Orleans Saints and wide receiver Russell Gage for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Olave should provide a shot in the arm to a receiving core that really only has Michael Thomas coming back from injury and missing most of the last 2 years. Russell Gage showed flashes of being a top 2 receiver on a team with an inconsistent quarterback in the Falcons. With the Bucs, he'll be playing with a future Hall of Famer in Tom Brady, and he is sure to have an increase in playing time with Chris Godwin and Mike Evans' inability to stay on the field during the course of the season. Well, that's about all I have for you at this moment. Thank you for tuning into the House Report. It's good to be back. Be sure to check in for my next video as I discuss who will be winning in each division in the NFL. And remember, you win some and you'll lose some, but the house always wins.